Tensions are again rising between Ethiopia and Somalia. The two countries came close to a war last year. Then a country intervened and they restored diplomatic ties. But in the last few months, several developments, three developments happened at least, pointing towards coldness and visible tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. We have details for you in this video. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching. You know that last year Ethiopia-Somalia relations deteriorated after Ethiopia signed a controversial memorandum of understanding with Somaliland to gain access to the sea through Somaliland in return for recognition of Somaliland as a country. Somaliland claims to be a country. It is struggling for it is self-declared country, but it is struggling for recognition. But according to international organizations, Somaliland is part of Somalia. Somaliland has no seat at the UN. It's not recognized as a country by anyone, by any country, by any organization. So it is regarded as part of Somalia. Somalia opposed that MOU between Ethiopia and Somaliland. Egypt and Eritrea supported Somalia, and Ethiopia backed off. 2 days ago, Musi Bey, the former president of Somaliland, who signed 2024 MOU with Ethiopian PM, blamed Ethiopia. That Ethiopia actually postponed or delayed the implementation of the MOU because Ethiopia gave in to pressure by African Union, Americans, and others. Turkey intervened last year, at the end of last year. When Turkey intervened, Ethiopia, Somalia diplomatic ties were cut off. Somalia had expelled Ethiopian ambassador. It had recalled its ambassador to Addis Ababa. Turkey intervened, and delegations of Ethiopia and Somalia held talks in Ankara. They signed Ankara Declaration. They agreed to restore diplomatic ties, and Somalia agreed to talk to Ethiopia about the sea access. Talks then started. At least one round of technical level talks was held between Ethiopian and Somalia's delegations. But the talks could not lead to any agreement about access to the sea for Ethiopia. Ethiopia wants full rights over a port in a neighboring country. It wants full rights over the corridor from its border to the port. Somalia is not willing to give this type of sea access to Ethiopia. Somalia offered Hobyo port, Mogadishu port, old Mogadishu port, new one is also being built. But Somalia proposed joint use of these ports. Somalia did not agree to Ethiopian Navy's deployment to its coastal areas. So talks could not succeed. Talks, you can say, there is stalemate, you can say. Though a few days ago, Ethiopian ambassador to Turkey has said that talks with Somalia will resume, and the process of talks has not collapsed. But three developments happened in the last few days pointing towards resumption of bilateral tension between Ethiopia and Somalia. Firstly, Ethiopia is proactively supporting Jubaland government. Jubaland government forces attacked Somalia's federal military's camp in Gaidu. In Balid Havo, two Jubaland forces attack Abdirashid Jannan led federal forces. Federal forces suffered losses. They had to retreat from Jubaland. in Gaidu now, and Ethiopian forces have been there in control for years. Situation same, Jubaland forces, Ethiopian forces in control of Gaidu. Somalia's government wants to have its foot on the ground in Gaidu. Ethiopia is not allowing that. Ethiopia is backing Jubaland. Jubaland is confronting the federal government. Jubaland and Puntland are boycotting the peace, the political process in Somalia. Somalia's president wants one person, one vote electoral system. Election due next year. Puntland and Jubaland both boycotting. Both have good ties with Ethiopian government. Hassan Sheikh not happy with growing Ethiopian interference in Puntland and Jubaland. It's not new, but as election is approaching, Hassan Sheikh wants Ethiopian support. Hassan Sheikh has been requesting Kenya as well to mediate between Jubaland and Mogadishu, and Kenya has been mediating. So, first reason behind new tensions is proactive Ethiopian support for Jubaland and Puntland regional governments and regional forces. Secondly, Ethiopia has appointed Suleiman Dadefo as the new ambassador to Somalia, controversial man. He is a diplomat but does not know how to use his words diplomatically. The man is very hardcore critic of TPLF. The man has been criticizing Hassan Sheikh government, criticizing Egyptian government. Few days ago, after his appointment as Ethiopian ambassador to Somalia, he gave an interview to Somali news source. And he questioned Egyptian military deployment to Somalia, saying that this deployment won't be beneficial for peace and security, saying that Egypt should play its role in Libya, in Gaza, in Sudan, not in Somalia, and that it's not going to be beneficial for peacekeeping operations against Al-Shabaab. Ethiopia-Egypt cooperations won't be easy to be secure. So he criticized Egyptian military entry in Somalia. After that, Somalia's foreign ministry summoned Suleiman Dadefo. Somalia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs protested. Suleiman Dadefo has not been declared persona non grata. Last year, Somalia declared Ethiopian ambassador persona non grata. Mukhtar was the name, I think, and he was expelled from Somalia. This time, Suleiman Dadefo has been warned, but he could be declared persona non grata. Tensions are so visible that today Hassan Sheikh, the president of Somalia, arrived in Ethiopia. African leaders are arriving in Ethiopia to attend the inauguration ceremony of GERD, Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Ruto arrived last night, William Ruto, Kenyan president, when Djibouti's president is also in Ethiopia. And Djibouti's president landed in Addis Ababa. PM Abiy himself welcomed him. He went to the airport, though he was seen wearing a mask. While Djibouti, the president, is without a mask. So it means that the Prime Minister of Ethiopia is maybe not feeling well. Maybe that is why he was wearing a mask. People are questioning. They're saying, why is that PM did not go to the airport to welcome Hassan Sheikh? When Hassan Sheikh came this morning, Ethiopian Minister of Revenue was sent to the airport. She received the president of Somalia. Is it an insult to the president of Somalia? When Ruto landed in Addis Ababa yesterday, was he welcomed by the Ethiopian Prime Minister? No. Ruto wasn't welcomed by the Ethiopian PM. He was welcomed by some Ethiopian official. But yes, there is coldness now. Coldness in Ethiopia-Somalia relations. Coldness between Abiy and Hassan Sheikh. Next few months are crucial, very crucial for both leaders. Abiy, Ethiopia, due to hold election next year. Somalia due to hold election next year. Somalia trying to reach some sort of agreement with opposition parties. Hassan Sheikh wants one person, one vote. Ethiopian VM trying to crush everyone. He wants a solo flight. He's trying to create a friendly opposition. The next few months are crucial. Somalia Ethiopia relations could deteriorate in coming days, especially if Dadefo continues with what he has been doing. Thanks for watching.